Vande Mataram. India is celebrating 73rd Republic Day this year. A day when our nation became a sovereign republic. Though India attained independence on 15th of August 1947, but it was on January 26, 1950 that the Indian Constitution came into effect. And how we celebrate this momentous occasion. The arousing sentiments associated with this day are of reverence, gratitude and pride. Reverence for those who sacrificed their lives and future for the country. Gratitude towards Mother India, who nourishes its multitude of children irrespective of caste, creed or religion. And of course, pride for our robust legacy of brotherhood and harmony.
आजादी के समय किस तरह से एक लोकतांत्रिक राष्ट्र के रूप में भारत के अस्तित्व पर संदेह और शंकाएं जताई गई थी, आज हम गर्व से कह सकते हैं कि हमारे देश ने उन आशंकाओं को न सिर्फ गलत सिद्ध किया है, बल्कि 21वीं सदी की दुनिया भारत को अहम लोकतांत्रिक ताकत के रूप में आगे बढ़ते हुए देख भी रही है.
As we celebrate Republic Day year after year, the sublime values enshrined in our Constitution in the form of preamble declare India to be a sovereign, democratic republic and a welfare state committed to secure justice, liberty and equality for its people and for promoting fraternity, dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the country. These pillars have collectively carved the foundation of our nation. And today, the tricolour gloriously flutters atop our homes and in our hearts, offering hope, aspirations and dreams. The word republic is not new to the Indian pantheon. It has been described and defined in various scriptures like Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, etc. since time immemorial. Historical texts abound with mention of several that existed during the Buddha era. Panini's Ashtadhyayi and Kautilya's Arthashastra too describe the republics like Lichvi, Vaishali, Malak, Madak, Kamboj and many others. The republics established before 6th century BC were Mahajanpads. Vaishali is now in the Indian state of Bihar and has been acknowledged as the world's first republic. Such examples reveal the deep roots of the democratic tradition that flourished in ancient India. Democratic assemblies like Sangh, Gan and Panchayat systems were used in some of these republics. These systems worked around the village level. Apart from electing the king, these assemblies used to discuss and decide matters of the state. The village council or Gram Sabha were tasked with providing grassroots governance. The Gan or the assembly were responsible for rendering justice to the people without any discrimination. During colonial rule, Indians were reduced to second-class citizens in their own country. Their basic rights were assured when the Constitution came into being. To its credit, the Constituent Assembly framed one of the best constitutions within 3 years of attaining freedom. The Constitution is a living document that makes the government of the day accountable towards the citizens and ensures governance in a democratic fashion. India has the longest written constitution of the world today. 73 years down the line, the country rightly owes the success of its unique democratic system to the robust edifice and institutional framework the Indian Constitution had laid down.
हम एक प्रजातांत्रिक पद्धति में आए और हमने प्रजातांत्रिक पद्धति को बड़े अच्छी तरह से डट के चलाया. ये बहुत बड़ी बात. दूसरी बहुत बड़ी बात जो परिवर्तन मैंने देखी वो ये है कि पहले लाखों करोड़ों लोग जो पसमानदा थे, जो पिछड़े हुए थे, जो आदिवासी थे या दलित भाई बहनें, वो पीछे रह गई थी, वो बाहर थे, वो हमारे राष्ट्रीय जीवन में एक मध्य में नहीं आए थे. लेकिन आज़ादी के बाद ये लोग सब जो हैं प्रजातंत्र के कारण इनको सबको अपना अपना हक मिला।
India celebrated its first Republic Day with great enthusiasm on 26th of January 1950. And the journey, peppered with milestones, continues. The founding fathers, after intensive deliberations, adopted a parliamentary form of government. To ensure continuity, the Constituent Assembly itself functioned as the provisional parliament between 1950 and 1952. The two houses of parliament came into being in 1952. Various governments from time to time have tried to weave a sound ecosystem for the execution of public policies and laws. And now, after several decades of sustained hard work, the country is now marching towards prosperity, carving global footprints. The new and confident India is emerging as the world adoringly watches. The journey has been transformative. The past year witnessed some revolutionary developments, including COVID-19 vaccine, electricity in every village, LPG connection for BPL families, portable water schemes, banking for every Indian citizen, emerging defense sector, world's largest digital payment ecosystem, among many. This Republic Day is special as India celebrates 75 years of independence. This year also marks the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. His birthday is on January 23rd and is being celebrated as Parakram Divas. The year 2022 will also witness the 17th presidential election. India is also set to launch 2 unmanned missions in 2022 before the human spaceflight program Gaganyaan. The Department of Telecommunications has announced that 5G internet services will be rolled out this year. Though achievements abound, the country is still battling with the scourge of COVID-19 pandemic since the last 2 years. Many lives were lost, but this crisis also brought the nation together. India responded with a robust vaccination campaign. The vaccination drive started on January 16, 2021 and since has completed 1 year with more than 150 crore citizens getting vaccinated. The drive continues in different phases. India symbolizes unity in diversity. It is a land of ancient culture and legacy, assimilating and learning, change and continuity. It is a multilingual, multi-religious country. With 28 states and 8 union territories, more than 19,500 languages or dialects are spoken in India. The country's innate strength reflects in its rich and dynamic democratic traditions. A country that hosts more than 1.2 billion population, more than 912 million voters, 2,700 plus registered parties, and the world's fastest growing economy has been a global torchbearer since yore. The consistent and resilient electoral democracy tops the list. Here, the free and fair elections are based on the universal adult franchise, which forms the foundation of parliamentary democracy. The continuous and successful conduct of elections for Lok Sabha, that is the lower house, state legislatures and the other democratic bodies, demonstrate the innate faith a voter has in the electoral process. Treading the path of democracy, the country held its first general elections in 1951-52. Since then, India has conducted 17 general elections and scores of other smaller elections. These elections are unmatched in sheer size, magnitude and logistics. It's festival time. The voters from all walks and parts of India head towards the polling stations to participate in the biggest global voting carnival. The elections are held in phases and last for more than a month. Since 1982, electronic voting machines are in vogue. They have drastically reduced the counting time and results are declared the same day. The first general elections witnessed a voter turnout of 45.7% for 488 seats. It went up to 67% in the 2019 elections for 543 seats. On an average, the general election involves more than 1 million polling stations and nearly 11 million poll workers. Almost 4 million electronic voting machines are deployed to enable citizens to exercise their voting rights.
Our republic has emerged as not only the largest, but perhaps the strongest democracy in the world. We have proved everybody wrong who thought that India was not capable of continuing its democratic traditions. We have not only conducted our elections peacefully year after year after year, but we have deepened our democracy to the grassroots level so that our Panchayati Raj institutions, our urban local bodies, all of these are now effective democracies and reflect the rights and the entitlements of the people.
The multi-member Election Commission of India is constitutionally charged to hold free and fair elections. This humongous responsibility ensures presence of the polling booths in dense forests, remote hill areas, deserts and islands. For instance, a polling booth in Gir National Park in Gujarat is set up for a single Hindu priest. Similarly, polling team hikes for a whole day to reach a remote village of Malugam just for one registered voter. On the other hand, India has seen a drastic spike in turnout and representation of women in elections over the years. It is a clear pointer towards a maturing democracy. As recently as 2004, men held an 8.4 percentage point turnout advantage over women in national elections. But by 2014, that gap has shrunk to just 1.8 percentage points. Women have adorned the important posts of President, Prime Minister, Cabinet Ministers, Chief Ministers and Speakers of Parliament. In 2019, elections saw 72 women getting elected to the lower house, the highest so far. Women have also enjoyed significant representation in the state assemblies too. At the panchayat level, there is a provision of 33% reservation of seats for them. Now, more than 20 states have increased this reservation to 50%. Out of 31,87,320 PRI representatives, we have 14.5 lakh women in leadership roles.
देश की आज़ादी के बाद महिलाएं हर मुकाम पे अपना भागीदारी बढ़ चढ़ के ले रही हैं और चाहे वो पंचायत स्तर हो, चाहे पढ़ाई लिखाई के मामले में हो, चाहे अन्य कई ऐसे विभाग हैं जिसमें महिलाओं की संख्या आज़ादी के बाद हमेशा भागीदारी रही है और बड़े बखूबी के साथ महिलाएं भागीदारी बराबरी का निभा रहे हैं, चाहे वो पंचायत स्तर की प्रतिनिधित्व हो, चाहे देश की सांसद के रूप में हो.
Coming to the division of work, the legislature, the executive and the judiciary have clear constitutional jurisdictions and they work in unison to achieve ideals enshrined in the preamble and the directive principles of state policy. This arrangement has worked effectively since the last 7 decades. Parliament occupies the central position in our democratic polity. As the apex democratic institution, it has wonderfully worked as an instrument wired to convert constitutional values and ideals into action through laws and meaningful debates. Over the years, Parliament has evolved as an institution performing multifarious roles. It has evolved as the fulcrum of democracy that responds to new challenges, complex needs and emerging trends of modern times. Some of the landmark bills passed in the past few years include Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill, the Triple Talaq Bill, Citizenship Amendment Bill, the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill, including many others.
The transformative bills that have been passed in our parliament and our state legislatures as well. This is also a proof of the vibrancy of our democracy, which has enabled us to pass so many transformative bills and legislations, at the same time preserving the spirit of our constitution and the federal nature of our polity.
India has also made great strides in the technology sector, and which has played a key role in promoting e-democracy. IT is now the basic tool of all important functions within the government. It enables information communication, decision making, voting, etc. E-governance in India has fast-tracked transparency, data availability, and increased participation of citizens in the governance. The use of technology has also helped in checking bad practices like corruption and tax evasion. And the real-time tracking of COVID-19 vaccination too became a reality due to digital technology. India has a long wish list and the necessary willpower to achieve it. The robustness and the success of the Indian Republic is already a purple patch in the global folklore. As a unique and ancient civilization, it firmly believes in diversity, inclusivity, and the rule of law. Its majestic cultural rainbow reflects its rich past and a bright future. Today, India holds a pole position in the galaxy of democracies as the caravan rolls on. The journey continues.